Everybody, happy Sunday. Feliz Domingo. Espero que você tenha ótimo fim de semana. Hope you're having a good weekend. It's going to be a quick video. You see I'm standing, not sitting. And that's because I'm going to demonstrate something. It's not very interesting, but it's necessary. I think from stretching and doing some other just warm up, light work and stuff like that, I think that part of my issue has been that recently I'm dealing with a slight tear or a slight injury in my right trapezius, my right trap. Acho que eu machuquei pouco meu trapezio. I think I hurt my trap a little. Acho que eu rasguei meu trapezio. I think I tore my trap. But I've got stuff to make it better. I'm going to work through it with exercise, and I'm going to show you something I'm going to do here now. It's not particularly interesting, but it's useful. Importante para recuperação. It's important for recovery. So, this little kettlebell, it's a tiny guy, 4-kilogram guy. And so all I'm going to do is I'm going to hold these, but upside down like this. And I'm going to do regular raises, but only a few, well, 5. So I'm going to do 5 lateral raises. I'm going to do 5 front raises. Then if I want, I can repeat. This is nice and light, but the idea is that because I'm kind of freezing my hand, I'm focusing on my trap a little bit more and working the joint. And it's light on purpose, so I can get some blood flow into that region, because when I flex it, it hurts, and it hurts all the way across the belly of that muscle. So I'm going to do that for a while. Nothing terribly interesting, but you know, a lot of the isolation movements that we use, like I just use those side raises and front raises, really born out of fixing some of those kinds of problems. Compound growth, compound movements is how we're going to get the most amount of hypertrophy and muscle growth. But sometimes when you've got things that are issues that are painful, it could be tears or some sort of other injury, that's when isolation becomes really important. So, you know, a lot of the bodybuilding kind of stuff is good to go back to. Every once in a while I have to do hip isolation, and that requires doing these, you know, kind of kickback things that you see a lot of, usually women, but a lot of people doing on YouTube and Instagram or whatever, doing like those kickbacks with the cable machine. Those are very good for isolating the glute. Works well. I still think it's better to do compounds first and work on the isolation stuff later, which I think most people do, especially the people you follow on Instagram or YouTube or TikTok or whatever. But the isolation stuff looks better on film because it's easier to pose for the camera. It's easier to control things. It's also easy to show focused activation in one particular area. But back on topic, this is hurting on me. This guy, really hurting. So much that, like, just finally figuring out that a lot of my shoulder pain is actually coming from this guy being somewhat out of alignment. So I just need to fix that, and that's going to help my shoulder blade, which in turn, once my shoulder blade gets into behaving again, then the interior part of this shoulder is going to feel a lot better too. So just doing that again, nice and light, but upside down, so I really can focus on the trap itself. All right, makes sense. So, hope that was helpful. Till next time, don't forget, get into those gyms, hit those goals, hit those goals and get swole. I'm confused, a little tired too, a little bit sleep deprived this weekend. Anyhow, peace. Até logo, ciao.